Great, so good morning everybody again. So I'm going to record the practical discussion so that you guys can review this lecture again. I'm going to present your practical requirements for Conservation 102. Again, just to start off, if you go to your Moodle platform, you'll see that there's an access link to the Dropbox folder for all of the information associated with CON 102 that I cannot put on Moodle directly. Some of it is too big. Moodle doesn't accept some of it. So if you go to your practical folder, let me just show you what that folder looks like. Okay, you'll see in the CON 102 folder, there's a new subfolder called Practical Assignment for the Niles River, and that's what's in it. And you can see I've added the distribution of freshwater biodiversity in South Africa, a folder of information for you. The PES EIS data for this catchment, I'm going to explain that to you as well today. Your practical guide, the report template, the species list, and Kleinhans's species preference for fish in the area or the whole crocodile catchment. And then there's 3 publications. Publication on the effect of and the importance of alien fish in South Africa. A complete guide to freshwater fishes in South Africa. I've been able to find an online copy of Professor Skelton's textbook on freshwater fishes of Southern Africa. That's what it looks like. Okay, and that's available for you guys to use for your practical assessments. And you'll see that if you go down, it has identification information and things for different species, which is what I'm going to get to today as well. Okay. Cool. And then I've included a publication on the changes, all of the name changes for freshwater fishes in South Africa. So you'll see that the guide, Paul Skelton's book, has got different names. And this publication here presents why they've changed some of the names. And this is the old name and the new name. And what's really important here is that all of the barbs have now been named either to Pseudobarbus or Enteromius. Okay, you'll see there's a reference here to all of the barb names have been changed to Enteromius. That's why if you struggle to find the fish in the book, but it's on your list, it's because the genus name has changed. So you just need to go and look, what is the genus name that has changed? If you speak to Stacy or one of my guys to help you as well, they'll quickly tell you, oh, it's not Tilapia rendeli anymore, it's now called Coptodon. Okay, you've got about 8 names species that occur in this catchment whose names have changed recently. So you need to keep that in mind. All right, let's have a look at what you're supposed to be doing. All right, this is straight out of the Dropbox. So this is exactly what I'm working on. I have completed pracs 1, 2, and 3. I'm just working on the last prac. So the first prac, so guys, you've got 5 weeks, including today. You have 5 weeks to finish all of your term 3 practicals. Okay? What we're going to do for your term 3 practicals is we're going to review all of the information that tells us about land use activities and the biodiversity and the condition of the Niles River and its catchment. Okay? That's what we're going to be looking at for your practicals for this term. You're then going to go into the field and characterize the available habitat characteristics. You're going to determine the discharge, which is what we showed you last week. Then for my part of the practicals, you're going to do an extensive fish component. You're going to look at fish as ecological indicators. What you need to do for that is you need to prepare. You need to review what different species are available in the crocodile catchment, what species are available in the Niles River subcatchment, what do we know about those species. You guys are going to make a guide for the fish species that occur in the Niles catchment. Each group is going to make their own guide. Okay, I'm going to explain that in a moment. Once you've got your guide and you've done your physical assessment, when you go into the field on one of your practicals, we're going to actually do some sampling for fish. So our guys are going to sample with you at your segment of the Niles River, and we're going to collect all of the fish, we're going to identify the fish, we're going to measure the size of the fish, and you're going to then have a lot of information of what species occur in your part of the Niles River. Then, having the species that occur in the Niles River and knowledge of the biodiversity or the diversity of species, their preferences or requirements, you're going to then be able to say which species are missing and what does that mean? What does that tell you about the Niles River? Are there any potential problems with the Niles River? Okay, and all of this you got to prepare in a report. In the next term, you're going to spend a lot of time with Ms. Dlamini on invertebrates. So I'm not going to focus too much on the invertebrates this term because that's what you're going to be doing next term. You're going to be sampling invertebrates and then you're going to be adding that invertebrate component to this practical. Okay, so if you look at the guide, the first practical is to review available biophysical data for the Niles River catchment in Mpumalanga. Okay, what are the objectives? You evaluate river reaches, their habitats and associated land use for sites provided for your assessment. Okay, so I've got to show you where you're working and I've got to tell you what reaches you're working in. Okay, I will give you that. Then you evaluate available biophysical information related to the well-being of the river that you will be evaluating. Prepare a review of available information on the rivers that you will be working on. Okay, the report for this practical is due. 1 report per group using the template provided to you, which is in the Dropbox. Just to show you quickly, here is the template. Okay, so if you look at the template, where's my icon? There it is. Okay, you can see this comes straight out the Dropbox. This is the template. So I want you to use this format. It has a header, it has a title, and when you change the title, guys, all you need to do is you need to highlight it and you retype. Okay, I want it to look the same. Then your groups, your name and your student numbers, prepared for, what report is it and when was the due date. Then you have a terms of reference, an introduction, materials and methods, results, discussion, with your conclusion, acknowledgements, and your references. Okay, so you must use this template. You need to keep the headings and the text the same. They need to look the same, unless otherwise specified. The only report that you're going to hand in that doesn't conform to this template will be your guides. Your fish guide, I want it to look like a nice book. All right, your fish guides. Okay, let me close that. Let's go back to the practical. Did I close it? Must have. All right, the next thing you need to do, so how do you do this? Okay, the report is due on the 12th of August. So you've got 3 weeks. Okay, you're going to see how much you have to do, guys. You need to get going. What do you need to do? Practical 1, you just need a computer with internet connection. Working in the groups, these are the groups that you have chosen from Zoo 102. Ladies, there are some second years who are not doing Zoo 102. Who are they? Can you just put your hands up, please? Who is doing Conservation 102 from last year? In other words, you are repeating Conservation 102, but you are not in Zoo 102. Is there anybody? No. No one. I just want to make sure that everybody is in a group. So you're going to use the same groups that you are in for Zoo 102. Okay. By the way, many of your colleagues were not here yesterday. So I still don't have names for a lot of people for Zoo 102 groups. Okay. I'm going to pass the list around. Please can you add your name on this side to which group you are in. Okay, make sure that your name's right. Please pass it around. All right, so what do you need to do? First, you need to use Google Earth. Has everybody here used Google Earth before? Okay. Let me just close it so that I can show you what happens when you start Google Earth. Okay, Google Earth is a free program that you can download and you can use. Not everybody in your group needs to do this, but you need to do it together. So I suggest that you find one person in your group who can use Google Earth, and that's what it looks like when it opens up. Whoops. Okay. Come on. Wakey, wakey. There it is. Okay, so I typed in Nullsprite and it puts a point there to show you where we are, and then it zooms in so that you can get an idea of where we're working. Okay, there we go. I like to make sure that it's vertical, so I zoom down, make sure that north is facing up, so I'm orientated. And then what you'll see that the prac guide says, okay, so you've got to use the desktop assessment of the present ecological state, ecological importance and sensitivity per sub-quaternary reaches for secondary catchments in South Africa. So it says see below. So you need to use this information. It's called the PES-EIS data. And if you look in your folder, you have a folder called PES-EIS. See that? If you open, whoops, wrong one. Welcome back. Thank you. If you open this folder, you'll see that you've only got the data for X2, because X2 is the catchment that we're working in. So if you go, for example, this has got all the different types of information that you need. It's got the river names, river health program sites, so that you can see where sites have been. It has river codes, quaternaries, PES-EIS results, how important or sensitive the area is, and all of these files that have the Google Earth icon are going to be things for your map, okay? The Excel spreadsheet in the top is going to have all of your data that you can use for your assessment. So there's a lot of data in this alone. So what I do is, the first thing I do is I want to know what the river names are. So if you click on the river names, you'll see, oops, just clear if it's working. You'll see that it takes you to your folder, and you can see here you're working on the Niles River. See, you can see where it comes up. Close just above Nullsprite, you have the Niles catchment. And you can see in terms of the Niles catchment, you've got the main Niles River stem, the main Niles River itself, which is this blue line. Then you've got this small drainage line, which is unnamed. But then you also have the Sand River and the Kruisfontein-Spruit. And these, the Kruisfontein-Spruit, the Sand River, this unnamed drainage line, and the Niles River all flow downstream into the Niles River. You understand that? And then they go past your site. Okay, and your site, ladies and gentlemen, your site is located, if you zoom in, here's the university. By the way, if you didn't know where the university was, you would just type in University of Mpumalanga. Okay, and it pops up to show you where the university is. Okay. All right, and if you look at the Niles River and you go outside the university's gate, you can see over here where we go over the R40 and we go down to the river. This is where we work. Okay, this is where we work. So just to help you, because I'm recording this, I'm going to put a place mark there and just show you Okay. So what I've done is I've just changed the title of the place mark to show you where the site is. If you can't find the site, guys, when you open Google Earth, you type this number in, -25, 42, 68, 81, comma, space, 30.96, 45, 80, and it'll come straight to this point so that you can see how to get there. You understand? Okay, that's how you get there. The next thing you guys are going to do then is, so now I want to show you again that looking at our site where we're working, you can see that the Sand River, the Nels River, the Kruisfontein-Spruit, and this unnamed tributary all flow together into this point. So whatever's happening in this subcatchment is going to come all the way down and affect where we're working. You see, if you want to look at the land use around your area, how do I know if there's activities here around Rocky's Drift, is it in the VIT or is it in the sand? How do I know that? So in the PCIS folder, if I go back to the PCIS folder, I can also open these quaternaries, quaternary catchments. So you click on the quaternary catchments, and then what it does is it puts the boundary for your catchment in. Okay, now if I zoom in, now I can see up top here. Okay, and if you put in places and photos, and you zoom in a little bit, you can see this Kruisfontein-Spruit occurs here where there's some forestry. There's lots of agriculture around here. Can you see? I'm using this line. This line is the catchment boundary. It tells me that everything that's going to flow on the river side of the boundary is going to flow down or impact on my river that I'm working in, the catchment. So this flows down. You can see here's a dam. So there's a nice big dam in our study area. And if you zoom in and you look at its name, where is its name? Borders and labels. It's called Witklip Dam. Witklip. So Witklip is on the upper Sand River. And you can go down and see that there's lots of agriculture. This is unspecified land on the sand. Comes down to some more agricultural areas. And then look at this, guys. There's a huge community. There's a big community here. Let's put in the roads. You can see, what is this road? This is the R40. So what is this community here? This is Rocky's Drift. Can you see that? Rocky's Drift is in our catchment, in the Sand River catchment. And if you zoom in a little bit, you can see, here's all of your communities. Here's all of the communities. So again, we were talking about if the communities don't have sufficient wastewater treatment works, and look over here. Here is a wastewater treatment work for the Rocky's Drift community inside our study area, inside the Sand River. And it's very small. So the wastewater treatment work is very small. Okay, just to help you again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the GPS coordinates on the place mark so that you can see where it is. So come back to the video and press pause, then you can type out the GPS coordinates of the wastewater treatment works. And if you watch, where does the wastewater treatment work go? It goes, the effluent that's not treated goes here into the stream. Oh, that's better. It goes into the stream, and if I follow the stream, where's the stream going? Can you see the stream here? It runs down here, and it goes into the Sand River. You see, so that effluent from Rocky's Drift that's not being treated goes into the Sand River, and then the Sand River comes down to us. So when you were at the river last week, there was actually effluent, sewage effluent from Rocky's Drift in the river. You see, but the river wasn't too bad, so the river cleans a lot of it up even by the time it gets to us. So please, even remember there, guys, don't put the water in your mouth. Don't put it in your mouth. It will make you sick if you get it in your mouth. You understand why? Because there's effluent from Rocky's Drift. Don't put it in your mouth. Ladies in particular. Ladies, from my experience, when we're working, ladies touch themselves a lot. I don't know why, but ladies do that. They touch themselves. And when I sample with you, I'm going to fight with you and say, stop touching your face. Stop touching your face. Stop touching your face, because the waters may have some bacteria in it. It's just if you get it in your mouth, it'll make you sick. All right, it goes down to the Niles River. And you see in the Niles River, there's some more agriculture. There's some orchards, some macadamia farming, and it comes around the corner. And look at this. It comes down to this diversion again. Can you see? Here's a diversion. So on the Niles River, upstream of your site, is this diversion, a little weir. Okay, here's the location of the weir. Okay, and if you look at the weir here, can you see, guys, here's this canal coming from the weir. You see this canal runs from the weir. You see this canal. It comes from the weir. So what's in the weir? It's got water from the Niles River, but it also has some sewage problems. Okay? And if I follow the weir, where does it go? Can you see it turns up here? Keeps coming across. There it goes. Here it comes, here. Comes to the main road. Running along here. Can you see here? Comes into here. And then we take the water. We take the water from the canal. So we get water that's untreated straight into the canal. And where is this? Who's this here? This is us. This is the university. Can you see that? We take the water straight from the Niles River at that diversion canal, and we use it for irrigation. Okay? And it goes into the dam. So in my dam, where I'm doing some work on fishes, if I zoom in here, can you see? Here's my fish cages on the dam at the university. I've got fish cages floating on the dam at the university. And I get water quality problems. Can you see where the water quality problem comes from? Okay. So that'll help you with your assessment. So a lot of the information you have is here. Okay. So you can look around and you can write what are the different types of things that are going on in your catchment. But the next thing I want to show you, let me turn the features off. Let me delete that for now. Let me delete the names of the rivers because we know where we're working. Okay, if you go back to your PES EIS, you're going to have this thing called river code. If you open the river code one, you get a new file. Let's see if it works. Okay. Oops. Okay, you get a new file. And what the new file tells you, it gives you this sub-quaternary reach code. Sub-quaternary reach code. So I know that this reach code in purple is called X22F00977. Okay, that's important because now I'm going to go and open the Excel spreadsheet and look for the data. So in your catchment, the catchments that you are interested in, can you see is X22F0097. And if you go upstream in the Niles River main channel, you've also got X22F00842. And if you go upstream, 00843, X22D, 00846. Remember, this is the Sand River. This is the Nile River main stem. This is the unidentified drainage line. This is the Kruisfontein Spruit. Over this one, the yellow one, and this is the Sand River going to Witklip Dam. So you've got, in our sub-catchment, guys, the Niles River sub-catchment, can you see you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sub-quaternary areas that all flow down to the site that you're working in. So if you want to go find more data from the PES EIS, the present ecological state, present sensitivity and importance tool, you've got to go look at these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 subquaternary areas. There are 7 of them. Okay, first thing you need to do is you need to write a list of those 7. Okay, again, they're all in the Nels River. Can you see here? Here's the Nels, here's the sand, here's the Kruisfontein Spruit, here's the Nels main stem, and here is an unnamed drainage line, small tributary. All 7 of them. If, for example, I take X22F 00977, so you've got to do this with all 7. And you go to your PCIS data again, and you open now the Excel spreadsheet. Okay, if you open the Excel spreadsheet, it looks like this. Okay, here you've got a user guide, you've got lots of information. This tool is a tool that is used by a lot of managers to try and understand what's going on. And that's why I'm giving it to you, because there's lots of information for you to use for your pracs. Okay, so if you open the tool and you can see there are lots of spreadsheets. If you move through these spreadsheets, there's lots of information. Okay, but what I want to show you is that if you go onto one of these sheets at the bottom and you right click on your mouse, you will see that there's an icon comes up and it says unhide. Do you want to unhide any additional information? And if you click on it, you can see a lot of new information comes up. Okay, lots of new information. I'm scrolling down to see, oh, there's fish. You see? So I right click on the sheet, I say unhide, and I look for fish. And I press OK. Now a new folder pops up called fish. There is a new folder now called fish. If you go back to your Google Earth, you'll see that I'm looking for X22F 0977. Let's go back and have a look. Okay, here we go. X22F. Getting there. 00977. That one. Okay. And then it pops up with that one only. Okay, now it shows me I'm working on subquaternary reach, and there's a note here to explain what you're looking at. And that is the subquaternary reach. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Subquaternary reach X22F0977. And from my fish perspective, the first thing that I get is I get this folder with all of these abbreviations. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the abbreviated list of fish that have been collected in the Nels River in that subquaternary reach by government before. So we know these species occur there. And these are the abbreviations. Okay? If you go over, it's called the Nels River. That's the name. And then these abbreviations, guys. AMOS. Can you see AMOS? That was caught in the Nels River. And if I go along here, I can look for, where is AMOS? AMOS, AMOS, AMOS. There it is, AMOS. And if you click on AMOS, it tells me Anguilla mozambica. So this species, Anguilla mozambica, has been found. But then for the Nels River, you've got these values. You've got 1, 1.6, whoopsie, 1, 1.6, 2.8, 2.5. This is information that was collected here before. If you go look at your comment and you look at the edit the comment, you can go down and see, what does 1 mean? 1 means it was, 0 means it was recorded, but it's likely absent now. So you probably won't find it. 1 means it's present, but the confidence is low. Hasn't been recorded there recently. Or you go down, there's a 3, moderate confidence, 5, high confidence. So you know, you can work out how confident it was that they found your species there. Okay, and you can use this information. So guys, in the whole PCIS spreadsheet, I want you to look around and go and look for different information. I want you as well, if you look for unhide, if you go to unhide and you look at a different sheet, You can also unhide sheets on your habitat diversity and sensitivity. You can unhide present ecological state. You can unhide the invertebrate sheet. You can unhide all the riparian vegetation. Okay, in FIPA summary as well. So there's lots of information here that you can unhide and search and go and collect the data and include the data in your report. Okay, so that's to show you how to use the PCIS data. The next thing you need to do, number 2, using the PCIS data, unpack the relevant biological, invertebrate, fish, and riparian vegetation information for your site and physical, flow, habitat, and water quality information from the PCIS tool and review it. Go and look at what the scores mean. Go and look at what the data is. Okay, give it a go. Then, using the Hydrological Services website, download data available, water quality and flow data. And where is this from, guys? Here's the link for you down here. So go to the link and try and look for the data. Okay, come to one of my guys if you struggle to get the data. Okay, we're running out of time, so I just want to show you where it is. Look online for other newspaper reports, scientific publications. Prepare a review using Microsoft Word document template provided for your assignment. So here's the access to all of the spreadsheets. If you want to go download the PCIS data yourself, you can download it for any other region. I only gave you X. Remember that sub-catchment? We're working in Water Management Area X. That's its letter that's been given to the whole management area. But you can download any others that you want to. And then here are references. You must use the references, guys. All right. So that's all you've got to do for practical 1. What I want you to do as well is I want you to read through, prepare the guide for practical 2. Okay? I want to show you today that your due date for practical 2, which is your book. So what is your due date and what is the outcome? You're going to write 1 report per group. It's going to be in your own template. Make it look like a colorful guide, a book. Go and look at a guide. Go and look at a guide for birds or for fish or for trees or something. I want you to make a guide. Okay? And your guides are due on the 23rd of August as well. 23rd of August. You've got to hand in your practical 1 report and your book. 23rd of August. Okay, and there's the explanation of how to do it. And all of the information you need is here. Then practical 3 is the River Health Program Monitoring Assessment for a site on the Niles River. What do you need to do here? You need to draw a map of the river and associated riparian zones. You need to identify and characterize in-stream and riparian habitats. Apply the RAM method, Rapid Habitat Assessment Method. Okay, and these are the sub-steps on how to do it. Capture the data and write a report titled Habitat and Flow for your report. Here's what you need. It's important, guys. Practical number 3 and 4 must be written together in a report. Yes, ma'am. No, you can submit it to me electronically. If it's very nice, I'll go and print it and laminate it for you. Okay, I do want to print the better ones and then show the people next year. I want to do that. Okay, guys, this is important. I want to end with this. Okay, so you've got practical 3 is to do your habitat assessment. Practical 4 is going to use your fish information to determine what is the state of the Niles River. But this is very important. Okay, this is not going to change. We are going on surveys to the Niles River on the 8th, the 12th, 15th, and the 18th. Okay, each group, the odd groups are going on the 8th. Even groups are going on the 12th. Odd groups are going on the 15th, and even groups are going on the 18th. Okay, each group goes to the river twice. You have the opportunity to work on your transects and your fish on both occasions. We will be helping the groups work on their fish, and we will be helping the groups work on their cross sections each occasion. That means that I'm going to take some members of your group on the first trip, and I'm going to go shock fish with them. You understand? And we're going to give you all of your fish data. Then the other part of the group is going to go work on your cross sections. You get 2 opportunities to go to the field. You with me? But not everybody's going to go. The odd groups are going, the even groups are going, odd groups, even groups. Okay, here is my question for you. Today I have to go see the VC. Hey, I cannot go into the field with him. I can find somebody like Ms. Dlamini who can go with you. If anybody wants to go today, but nobody needs to go today. But I need to know now, if somebody wants to go, then I need to tell the buses they must still come. But if nobody wants to go, then I'll tell the buses not to come. Okay, so guys, we're going to go to the field on the 8th, the 12th, the 15th, and the 18th. Please make sure you get what you need. I'm going to post this video onto Moodle, and you guys have got access to it now, hey? So I want to make sure that you guys don't miss the bus. Okay, that's the saying, hey? Don't miss the bus. Where's my icon? Okay?